got my attention, baby. And I can't make a move. Like a child, a star for love. I'll stay there as long as I have to. I'll cry a river of tears that flows to the sea. Baby, if you run away, baby, if you leave.
Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back. I got an email from a guy by the name of Garrett. Garrett had told me about this puzzle that he's been building by hand for ages and wanted me to try it out. And here's a letter that he sent me with the puzzle. Chris, I hope you enjoy solving this puzzle box, and I would appreciate your honest opinion on the overall project. It is not the most complex, but I was inspired to create it after watching many of your YouTube videos. I spent quite a bit of time coming up with a story, designing it, and building it. Things are not perfect because I created it all by hand, no CNC machine. The only thing I used was a laser burner for the images. Since this is solid wood, it sometimes had issues due to the wood swelling from humidity. If it is humid in your area, just keep it inside a day or two before attempting to solve it. Everything should open easily if it's solved correctly. When testing with my friends, the final puzzle can sort of be forced open, but please try to solve it without doing so. There is nothing on the bottom and no need to flip it upside down. If you think you figured out a puzzle but it isn't working, try it again. Again, I hope you have as much enjoyment solving it as I had creating and building it. I've sent a playing card and I was hoping you could sign it for me. Check. Of course, Garrett, I will sign that, and I look forward to solving this puzzle. It has intrigued absolutely everybody who's stepped into my office since it's been here, laying on my ping pong table over there, and people have just been eyeing it and wondering what it was. And today, we're going to find that out. So without any further ado, like this video, subscribe, and let's get into solving the lost hand of Midas. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Look at this, the lost hand of Midas. How beautiful is this puzzle? Just a really captivating looking puzzle. I love that it has a swivel on the base, makes it much easier to solve without destroying my table. I like this part here. This is like what looks like bone, you know, and it's just a lot of attention and detail went into this, which is great, and I really love the look of it. So excited to get started. Here we go. Let's have a look and uncover some of the things that we find on this puzzle. First of all, on the top, we have this panel. It says Lost Hand of Midas. On this face here, we have a wheel and a skull, and every cog in this sort of wheel points to a different picture. All right, so we got like a hurricane here, a boat, mermaid lady, barrels, a skull island, a lighthouse, a message in a bottle, and a skull with an arrow through it, or a spear. Over here, we have a few things. We have this center sort of piece, which is separated from this piece. We have a dotted line map, and we have these things here, which also have tiny symbols on them, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So they got numbers from 1 to 4, a turtle, an octopus, sharks, and a crab. And then an X marks the spot. Over here, we have this compass. This compass turns a little bit. I can actually pull it out and turn it a bit, which is interesting. Has a skull here, a bunch of arrows. Here we have two identical skulls, except one of them has a hole. We've got this square, which looks like a button to be pushed in, and it is made of several pieces. This piece on top seems to be loose as well. And finally, over here, we have what looks to be multiple doors here. Over here looks like it could hold a key. And then we have other panels here, one with screws. Maybe we need a screwdriver eventually. And then back to the start. So that being said, I really don't have any idea where to start with this puzzle. I guess we can start here. This, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we have this middle knob here. What, and I'm guessing this whole middle piece should rotate to fit the sort of map and line up here. I'm assuming. Now when I do this, it gets stuck right there. Yeah, I don't know where to go from here. Maybe we start here. So this thing moved. Okay, this can come out a bit. Oh, here we go. There's a bit of an internal maze here, I guess. Oh, I can push it in. Okay, so there is like this internal maze happening here. go in. I'm wondering whether or not I have to remember the coordinates on which it comes out, because this looks like it is a maze. Like I have to pull out, turn, push back in, etc. I'm going to try to figure that out right now, but looks like it comes out south and then southwest. Now once I'm here, it stops turning here. I can push it back in. I can go all the way back in if I wanted to. No, that stops there. Okay. I do feel like there are different levels here. This is a really tricky internal maze. Maybe the coordinates are really to help me remember which order I did this in. Seems to be little traps here. So this is where we started. This is the beginning. We can pull out on south. Are there any other? We can also pull out here. And then it stops rotating. So if we pull out on east, it stops rotating. I really feel like this is the first move that we have to do, but it's proven to be a little tricky. It's quite easy to get lost in this internal maze. All right. I mean, there really doesn't seem to be anything else I can do here. Oh. Oh, hello. Aha. We now have an arrow, which is interesting. We now have an arrow, and we have this. This, aha, look at that. How clever. Beautiful. Oh. So cool. Third, steer to the right. So third, and then we're given this small little panel here. Okay, not sure what that is. If we look at the inside here, we have a turtle. Oh, and that gets pushed out. Oh, that's cool. So we got a turtle there, and it says third, steer to the right. So that probably has to do with this. So third being 3, maybe? Steer to the right. All right, well, we're given one thing. How interesting. Okay, I'm gonna keep that pushed in just in case it does something else. That's kind of all we're given right here. Why is this? What is that? What is that? What do you think that's for? Okay, third. Do we need a first and second? Okay, still think we're on this here. Whoa, would you have a look at that? That is amazing. Oh my God. Oh, cool. Second, steer 1 full turn to the left. One of those grid things again. We also have a small portion of what looks like a map, which I'm guessing... The card is full. Sorry about that. My card filled up. Okay. So on the top here, we now have this beautiful map. We have this, which is second. We have the third one. And we have a key. Now, we have one of these puzzles, one of these sort of sliding puzzles here, which I'm guessing we have to create this shape. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe. We'll see. But first and foremost, we do have a key, so we do know where that key goes. We're going to do that right away. So that was a button. What did that button? Oh, that button pushed this up here. Oh, how cool is that? All right. This key. Oh, cool. Yeah, this other map here with the shark here. Notice that there's the, I don't know if you can see that. There's the shark there. And I'm not seeing, oh, and the crab down here. Okay. And the octopus. Now we have all the animals. I tell this tale for all to see of a glorious treasure lost at sea. The word spread across the land that our crew possesses a golden hand. French privateers are right behind us, intending to steal the hand of Midas. Gaining fast with our options low, we drop the loot to the depths below. Creating a map and leaving clues, the adventure awaits for those that choose. If this risky reward is what you hanker, navigate the ship and drop the anchor. Navigate the ship and drop the anchor. By the way, just notice this. The shark is right there. So we got the shark there. We got the octopus here. The shark is here again. Again, we got symbols up here. Okay. And what is this? A second? I steer. So this has something to do with that wheel that we're gonna have to turn. But let's focus on the top part of this. Let's focus on the top of this puzzle here. So this definitely looks like it has to go. This definitely looks like it's like bottom right. Oh, and the turtle's right there. What does this mean? Everything's a little tight due to humidity. This one looks like it goes top right. That's bottom left. There's the crab. Ooh, this might be a little difficult. Due to moisture, sometimes wooden puzzles get a little swollen. And we do have a map, don't we? Is this the map we're looking for? Like this portion here is actually this portion here. Should be up here. Makes sense to me. This might take a while. We might want to time lapse this part. Is that it? That's done. I got it. Oh my god, okay. Finally, moving on. Now what does that do? Gives me a map, I guess? All that work? All that work for what? For what, good sir? Now we had those symbols underneath, which were turtles, which keep repeating. Maybe I have to count the amount of turtles I see. Oh. All right, well, hold on. There was one turtle. Was that it? Just one turtle? Let me just make sure here. A turtle and a crab. There was a turtle and a crab. That's what we have to do. We have to count them. Over here, as you can see, we have another crab as well as a shark. So we're at 2 crabs. With this, that makes 2 sharks. 2 crabs, 2 sharks, 1 turtle, 2 turtles, 2 crabs, 2 sharks, 2 turtles, 1 octopus. Are there any on this map here that I should be aware of? No. This, however, maybe this being north, the arrow being north. If arrow's the north, to the west is the lighthouse. I don't know. Okay, hold on. One thing at a time. So, if we look at this drawing here once again, 2 sharks, 2 crabs, 1 octopus. I mean, let's try that. We got 2 sharks, 1 octopus, 2 crabs, 2 turtles. Am I missing something? And we have the third and the second, which are these little panels. Steer 1 full turn to the left, and that's second. We still need the first move, which we don't know what that is either. Maybe it's 3, including this. Oh, this is coming out. Okay, why is this coming out now? because it looks like it wants to turn, but I probably need the right sequence here to make that turn properly. And I think we're missing a few clues. I think that might be the final clue. So I think next what we have to do is figure out this wheel. But we only have 2 out of the 3 clues. So if that's north, steer 1 full turn to the left. Okay, so there are 16 squares on this grid, which matches up to the 16 squares here. Right? So third would be this symbol, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. You guys picking up what I'm putting down here? I'm trying. So second, steer 1 full turn to the left. What am I looking for? Navigate the ship and drop the anchor. This panel's also loose and it's bugging me. This as well. There's still so much left to figure out on this puzzle. Having a great time though. Oh. Oh. Hold on. What an awesome discovery moment that was. We got a coin here, which is exactly like the coins I have on the table. Cool. And we have this. And this here says, first, yeah, steer 2 full turns to the right. We got this coin, and I know what this coin is for. We're going to unscrew these screws here. I was waiting for a tool to unscrew these. Little did I know I had those tools like thrown across my table. The anchor and another crab. What's this? Drop the anchor, right? Steer the ship and drop the anchor. I gotta steer the ship and drop the anchor. Steer the ship and drop the anchor, right? Navigate the ship and drop the anchor. And we got a third crab here. Great. Navigate the ship and drop the anchor. First, 2 full turns to the right. Now, what does that mean, 2 full turns? So let's say we start at the ship. Would 2 full turns mean like 1, 2? 1 full turn to the left. Okay, that's not it, but we're getting somewhere. 2 full turns to the right. What does that mean? 2 full turns to the right. So, like, 1 full turn to the left, and then steer to the right. All right, before we do that, let's do this. We have an extra crab here. That brings us to 3 crabs. Unfortunately, I think we're still missing some information. So maybe I have to hold the anchor down. What does it say? Navigate the ship and drop the anchor. So maybe I drop the anchor and then start turning. 2 full turns to the right. Was it 2? 2 full turns to the right. There is some resistance here when pulling the anchor. 1 full turn to the left, and then to the right. And then drop anchor. And it has something to do with these grids. Because the amount of grids, the amount of squares that are on the grid are the same amount of squares that are on here. So it has to do something with that as well. Oh, there's another crab here. So wait, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So 4 crabs. Four crabs. Now let's try this. Oh, that did something. Oh, cool. It's a periscope. I mean, I already had one. Very cool. Can't really see much out of this. Hold on. What would this be for? I'm guessing it might be for like these things here. Maybe I need more light. The periscope just kind of acts as a magnifying glass. Oh, that square is darker. Ooh, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that through the camera. One of these squares is not like the other. Let's see if you can see. All right, it's not really working, but at the right angle, this bottom one Ah, I get it now. So this is the first one, this bottom one being the lighthouse. Over here, the same square, the lighthouse. Lighthouse. Second one. Aha. This square right here, which is the boat. And finally, third one up top here, which is the bottle. Oh! It went down. What does that do? What does that do? Oh, wait a second. Oh, so cool. Okay, here we go. This is an extra little puzzle box, maybe a spinning one. Aha! It was a spinning one, and we do now have the Hand of Midas. Yo, ho, ho, and a bottle of rum. Yo, that is so much fun. Oh my God. Here's my setup, by the way. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. That is the Hand of Midas, the Lost Hand of Midas treasure puzzle adventure solved. Unbelievably fun, incredibly well thought out, beautifully crafted. Just a smart, concise puzzle filled with tactile, logical puzzles, some secrets, some hidden gems, keys, treasure. It has everything you want. This is honestly, one of my favorite puzzles. This was amazing. Garrett, thank you so much. I think this is, you should definitely mass produce this. I'm pretty sure this is only one of a kind, but man, people need to get their hands on this. You are good at this, sir. All right, I think I'll leave it at that, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.